On Instagram, Minneapolis, from New Orleans, Louisiana. Look, guys, we're coming to you today as we always do to drop some things in your spirit and your mind for you to think about as it relates to you and your relationship. There are so many things that men do not talk about. The men y'all just keep close to the chest.
Yeah.
Straight up in your vest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to rap now. I sound like an old person, don't
Jai
I? He was precious sound young. So we want to talk about it today. My husband said, "Look, I know what we're going to talk about and what we're going to share today on the live stream. And so whether you're watching this live or you're watching it on replay, please do pay attention and really focus in on what stands out to you. If you are watching this on replay, just go on ahead and type replay. For those who are with us, as you already have done, some of you, let us know where you're watching from. And please share this video. Share it, share it, share it, so that other folks can also get in on that action.
Yeah,
All
so you may have noticed the title. The title is Five Secret Things, or Five Things That Your Man is Secretly Self-Conscious About. Again, five things that your man is secretly self-conscious about. And the reason why we're doing this video is, again, because I just wanted to lift up some things that women may not know.
Mm-hmm.
Women may not know, and men may not feel comfortable to express. And so I'm hoping that this video right here will be liberating for the brothers, for the men out there who are challenged with some of the things that I'm going to mention. And I'm hoping that it will also bring some insight to the women who really don't feel like they understand their man, don't feel like they really get why their man feels the way they feel, and it's really not like connecting in with their man the way that they would like to be. And so, again, this right here is all about enlightenment, upliftment, encouragement. We're really trying to take your relationship to the next level.
Mint.
Yes. And so my wife mentioned again, my name is Ayize Mad. This right here is my lovely wife, Iana Mad. We've been married now for 17 years together, for 24. Got 5 beautiful children. And so even though we do this work on a professional basis by helping couples, and we got an unstuck relationship coaching group that we're working with right now. If you ain't in it, you need to join the webinar, the live free training webinar, and get some more information about that. But we dropped a link over there on Facebook. And so even though we got the academic knowledge, the most important thing is that we got the real life experience, y'all, because my wife and I, we've been through some things. We've been through some stuff, and we share our personal experience with you all. And so, again, today's topic, y'all, is 5 things that your man is secretly self-conscious about.
So I saw somebody say, what is this group you're talking about? It's you can learn more about it. We just like for folks to come and hang out with us in our free training. You can go to rocksolidrelationships.com. Ooh, excuse me. rocksolidrelationships.com. On Instagram, it's in the bio. Because I lost my breath. It's in the bio.
Yeah.
The link is in the bio. So rocksolidrelationships.com, and we'll also drop the link. Okay. So 5 things.
All right, 5 things, y'all. And so the first thing that I want to lift up is that, some of y'all may know this. Some of y'all may know, and some of y'all may have an idea, but y'all might not have heard your man or had your man speak about it. And so the first thing is his hair. You think that women are preoccupied with hair, but men are also preoccupied with their hair as well.
And so I was surprised when I went.
Yeah. And so when I say hair, what I'm talking about is his hairline. His hairline is one thing as it pertains to his hair. Men get super sensitive. You got all of these LeBron James jokes going around, LeBron James hairlines. You can find memes about LeBron James hairline. And so, people criticize that.
And that's in the black community specifically, right? Like, I don't hear white folks talking about hairlines.
Yeah, you probably don't. But we definitely see and hear, black folks,
talking
about that type of stuff. And so, hairlines is a significant thing, according to some folks. What you need, bro?
But just continue on.
So hairlines is a big thing, y'all. So when it comes to your man, you might want to be considerate of that. In addition to that,
where did that come from?
Just the youngest.
Y'all tell us. Y'all.
So Michael Jordan, he popularized.
Shawty said true. Like, where did that come from?
Michael Jordan, he popularized
is a valuable thing.
The whole going bald thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he did it, everybody else was like, that's the cool thing to do. So people became a little bit less self-conscious about the experience of going bald because, I want to be like Mike. But the reality is that when you start losing your hair, then you start to feel self-conscious. And so again, men's hair is a significant area of concern and being self-conscious. My hair is thinning. I get self-conscious about that. In addition to that, when it comes to hair, y'all, gray.
Mm-hmm.
You see all of this gray right here?
Well,
I
we,
had an
gray.
in-depth conversation with some brothers about Just for Men. And, you know, we were just dissecting that process and the thought process as it pertains to whether you should diet, whether you shouldn't. And the reality is that, you know, everybody has a different belief. They have different experiences as it relates to how they manage themselves and what they think about themselves and how they look. And so, you know, one brother could be like, I'm going to rock the salt and pepper. I'm going to let it go all gray. I'm going to dye everything gray so that you can't really tell. I'm just putting on like, you know, just gray everything so that, you know, it's not that big of a deal. And so you might see somebody might just go all blonde. Like Kanye got blonde in his hair. But his goatee is black. His mustache is black. That's not his natural hair color. You know, and so again, we try to conceal, we try to hide, we try to cover up, we try to, you know, just do what we do to make us feel more comfortable with who we are. And so to each his own. But again, men, as it pertains to what they're self-conscious about, one thing is the hair, y'all.
The hairline, because it is an indication that you're getting older.
Yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Another thing is the weight.
Oh, and women, we know we can be sensitive about our weight.
Yeah.
Like when Aize, I know this is about men.
What?
But like when you said to me the other day, he bought me something for Christmas. He bought me a top, a little top that's a little stretchy.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it on, and it was kind of tight. And I said, oh, this is kind of tight. I might need to get a bigger size. It's a medium, but, you know, I must need a large. You know what I'm saying? I need something bigger. Well, he said, so do you want me to take it back, or you want to lose weight? I said, what the hell? I'm like, you ain't supposed to say that. So it says, I mean, you just came about like, you gonna lose weight or what?
But no, so
what you was thinking.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking. So my thought process was this: you've been saying that you want to lose weight. You've been saying that, you know, I mean, you getting in shape and you eating right and doing all that type of stuff is the thing that you want to do. And so really, my question wasn't about, you know, I think that there's some issue with your weight, because I think that you're beautiful. You know, you fly, you're sexy, you just gorgeous and all of that. And so my response was really about the fact, like, do you want me to take it back and go through the process of changing the size, or do you want to lose weight so that getting up in it feels comfortable to you? Which one do you want? It was really like me coming from a position of, I'm trying to solve the problem.
But this is that logical
what
man
do you want?
thinking.
What do you want me to do?
That logical man thinking. No, we don't want that. I'm just trying to figure out if you're, no.
It's real.
That was a fail.
Yeah.
That was a fail.
So it was a fail. My wife, she looked at me some sort of way, and I felt her eyes. They were like just daggers.
Hey.
You know, coming at me. And
Smoke on.
So the whole weight piece. So my wife, she mentioned her thing, but we as men, we are self-conscious about that too. Number one, y'all, was the hair. Hairline, gray, thinning, whatever it may be. Men are self-conscious about that. Yes.
Disappearing.
Yeah, LeBron James.
My kids make jokes about hairlines all
They
the
do.
time.
Like LeBron James is a constant joke in our household, yeah. And what's interesting is that my daughters,
Landon,
actually our sons, no, our second son, he is the one who be talking about my sister. I mean, I'm tripping. My daughter's hairlines. So my second son, he be joning on our daughter's hairlines, and so we gotta course correct and help him to understand. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but in our household, like hairlines is the joke. It really is. This is the joke, which is really crazy.
Edges.
Yeah, hairlines are edges. Yeah.
Mine are rapidly disappearing as well. It is what it is.
And so the hairline piece, but again, the weight, y'all, the weight. So men are self-conscious about their weight.
Okay.
You know, one thing that we think about is that, you know, when it comes to being men, we want to be big. We want to be, you know, just big, powerful. We want to be broad. We want to be wide. We want to be strong. So being big is associated with strength. And so in our minds, psychologically, there's an emotional connection to be big. Because when you're younger, one of the things that you hear is that you're not big. You're too small. Especially when it came to like playing sports, basketball, football, whatever it may be.
Did you deal with that?
The bigger, I did. The bigger, the better. The bigger, the better. And so, you know, one of the things that I struggled with, especially in high school and early on in college, was my weight. I played college basketball, and I hovered around like 132 for a period of time.
That was small.
And yeah, it was small.
Oh, that was too small for you.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
It wasn't too
you look
small
good
for me.
To me. You look
Yeah,
good
I felt fine in it, but what I realized is that, you know, I would get pushed around and I would get leaned on, and as a boy transitioning into manhood, you know, one of the things that you know, think about is that, you know, I want some more weight. I want you to be able to feel me. I want you to be able to experience me in a certain way. And so again, and now some of our children now are dealing with this too. Like, I want to get bigger, and so men are more self-conscious about.
But when you get
early
older,
on, like, I want to be bigger. Now,
when you get older,
and that metabolism starts to slow down. Yo,
Landon says, "Speak for yourself. I've lost 36 pounds. I'm trying to get down to 195, and I'm 6'4".
Let me shout you out.
Do it, Landon.
Yeah, what's up, Landon? So when you get older, that metabolism starts to slow down. You want to reverse that thing. You want to lose weight. So when you start to have challenges with doing that, it becomes problematic, y'all. You start to get more self-conscious. So again, ladies, men are self-conscious about their weight.
So we should maybe not be so, free with the jokes.
Yeah, don't be saying like fat boy and all of that. Like a lot of men, they don't like that. They might laugh, but brothers don't be liking that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so that's number 2. Number 3.
That was just number 2?
Yeah, that was number 2.
Oh.
Number 3, y'all, is height. Height. Now, what's interesting about this?
We're in a tall culture.
Yeah, we are. And so I believe the average height
tallness.
is like 5'10". So I'm beneath that. The average height is like 5'10" for a man. So I'm beneath that. But what's interesting is that I never really felt self-conscious about my height.
Because you was balling.
Because I was able to put in that work. And
People
so
don't know
it's
what that
only,
means.
in terms of playing basketball.
Say some more about that, babe.
I mean, I put in that work. I mean, what do I got to say? Like,
No, people don't really know what that means. That you had a basketball scholarship.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
That you
played college
I got
basketball.
buckets. That's what it means. I got buckets.
He was an amazing point guard when I first met him, and I had to go to one of his games with one of my girlfriends, and we went, and I was like, oh dang, like he was moving out there looking all just perfect, like he was making the buckets, all that. So anyway, he was a basketball extraordinaire. He still has those skills.
Thank you, Landon. Landon shouted me out. He was like, he did. Yeah, in some respect, I still do. In some respect,
That's qualified a little bit.
Yeah, I still do. But yeah, height is a critical thing too, y'all. Because again, like when I was playing basketball, I wasn't so concerned about it because I did put in that work. But I know a lot of brothers, a lot of men are really concerned about that. I'm 5'8", men be like, I want to be taller.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes men put insoles in their shoes to get a little bit of height. Sometimes men do other things to get some height too. But the reality is that that's a significant challenge for some guys out there. And because again, short people, height is associated with power. Height is also associated with strength.
And
so, and confidence and maybe in some respect, competence too, which is really interesting. Like we make natural assumptions about people who are taller, that they know more, that they can do more, and that they're just better. When the reality is that might not always be the case. You can have somebody who's my height or even shorter, and they handling their business in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
What's up, Tanisha? She said, Aiza can spread. Jay's wet.
We talked about height, hairlines, weight, body hair. This was surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the research shows that body hair is a major area that men are actually. Is this true for my brothers who are on? Is this true?
I don't know if this is a black man thing.
That men are really concerned about that because it's a real turnoff for women when you have a lot of body hair. And so that men who really have a lot of body hair, your arms, your chest, a hairy back, that kind of thing, like people just, they just have a hard time with that. And they feel self-conscious about it. Is this is not the case for you? You ain't never had no hip issues with it?
You know what? No, I'm gonna qualify. I'm gonna shed some light on this right here. So,
I mean, if you're at the pool and you're taking off your shirt and you got a hairy back.
Yeah, that's not such a big thing.
Okay.
But when it comes to hair, like one thing that does irritate me is chest hair. And so depending upon what you're wearing, and I'm not sure if this is an issue for y'all sisters, but in terms of the way y'all might notice it.
Oh, you spoke for us?
Yeah. I'm talking about the way y'all see it as it pertains to your man. But
okay.
If you can, have y'all seen a dude's chest hair through his shirt? I'm not saying like if he has his shirt unbuttoned and you got chest hair like coming out the shirt, but are you able to see the imprint of chest hair through a man's shirt? Have y'all seen that before?
Only time I've seen it is when you've been like, man, this what's going on.
So like where it could be like, it's like real crinkly and I mean, if you got a husband, you probably shouldn't be looking at another man like that. But when it comes to your man, like the taco meat, yeah, like you can notice it through the shirt. So men might be self-conscious about that. So when it comes to chest hair, they might trim that thing down because they don't want that to be seen. Not coming out of the shirt, but just being shown through the shirt. And then even sometimes, depending upon how long it is, it might poke through the shirt. Like I've had situations where that I'm like poke through the shirt, which again I'm like, damn, I need to trim this junk. Like so that could be a bother. So men could be self-conscious about that. All right, that's number 4, y'all. So we've covered height, weight, hair, and
hairline.
Yeah, hair and body hair.
What y'all think the 5th one is?
What y'all think the 5th one is?
You probably thought it was gonna be the first one.
What do y'all think the 5th thing is that men are self-conscious about?
This is our last one.
Self-conscious about. I don't even know if this is a secret.
This. Come on, somebody got to put it out there. What is it? Oh, he said I'm late. What was number 1? So number 1 again was height. Number 2 was hairlines and hair getting gray.
No, number 1 was the hair.
Or whatever, it don't matter.
Yeah.
And then weight, and then body hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you said it. Penis.
Mm-hmm.
Penis. We getting it from everybody.
Yeah.
Penis size.
Yes. Yes.
Such a big concern of men.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much of a big concern that men are doing like penis extensions and.
I know. Did y'all know that?
Like
penis pumps.
Penis pumps.
Yeah, penis pumps and that kind of thing.
Yeah, all of that type of stuff. And so
pills,
everybody wants
exercises, lifting stuff with their penis.
Yeah, and so I'm not opposed to that, but everybody wants to
lifting stuff.
Nah, I mean,
lifting
I think,
stuff with your junk.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I think that you want to exercise every muscle in your body.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
when I saw that, I'm like, who does that? Can
it's an
really
organ
do that
has elasticity, and so you might want to assist that joint in growing. But so that's you doing it naturally. But if you go to the extent of, like I said, getting some type of operation to increase the girth, to increase the length, then to everybody, to each their own, But yeah, penis size is extremely significant because again, men have been conditioned to believe that their value, their worth, is based off of how they perform in the bedroom. So it's about the bucks. That's one way. But another way, because before you get the bucks, the expectation is that you boning. Before you start getting the bucks, the expectation as a boy is that you're boning.
I'm sorry, I must be getting old. What is the bucks?
The bucks, money.
Oh, you talking about money? Okay. I was like, before you get the bucks.
Yeah. And so I mean, because again, when you're first exposed to it, you're probably 12. 13 in that hormone phase and I mean that's when you're introduced to like what is this, like I'm starting to get curious about like sex and intimacy and touching and kissing and petting and all of that type of stuff, humping, hide and go seek and Freaky Fridays and all of that type of stuff,
popping the bra.
Yeah, so you're starting to get curious at that age. You ain't making no money then, so the number one concern isn't necessarily you making money. It's not necessarily you making the bucks. But more importantly, at that time space in your development, what you're focused on is getting the booty. That's what you're thinking about. I mean, hormonally, not even getting it per se, but just you're curious about it.
Okay.
Your curiosity is starting to
I know 12-year-olds be
doing
it. I know they do.
They do. And so early on, my point is that early on, we start thinking about whether or not I can perform, whether or not I can handle my business in the bedroom. And early on, you're not even thinking about the bedroom. You're thinking about probably, in the closet or
on a bus.
On a bus,
home
and
school.
Cafeteria or something like that. But again, that's what you're thinking about, and so that doesn't disappear. That doesn't disappear. And so as you get older, you start to focus on yourself a little bit more. You start to get more in touch with yourself. You start to touch yourself, and you start to figure out like, okay, what am I working with?
Right.
What am I working with, and how can I please? And do I feel like what I have, the tool, the utensil that I have to please with is adequate? That's a question that men got.
The utensil.
Yeah. Is it adequate? And so again, men are self-conscious about their ability to perform, but more specifically, their penis size. Because we believe that the bigger it is, the better it is for the woman.
If you are just joining us, and we're getting ready to wrap it up, but we're talking about some key areas that a lot of men are secretly self-conscious about. And so we shared these 5 areas. We want you to still share the video. Please like the video. Please share. But what is the point of us talking about this today? What is the point of us kind of going over some of these areas? I think a lot of times, just in our culture, we cater to women. We know women are particular about certain things. I just gave the example of my husband said, do I want to lose weight? And you don't say that to a woman, right? But we don't have those same kind of expectations or references to men because we just think men, it is whatever. It's whatever, it doesn't matter. But really, men are sensitive. Men have their own concerns, and if you are the partner of a man, then you need to pay attention to that. And if you are a man and you ain't really expressing some of your concerns, some of your vulnerabilities, and what you feeling some type of way about, and you're keeping it all on the inside and not sharing it with your partner, then the challenge for you is to share. My husband and I have done that. If you go back and look at our videos,
Yeah. And you can share this video. Say, baby, let's talk.
With 2010, we started in 2010. It's now 2020. We 10 years in doing videos. You will see some changes. Like, oh yeah, there have been some changes as time has gone on in terms of how we look, in terms of our weight, in terms of how we, I don't know, in terms of how we flow. But we've gotten better with that, I think. But we've gotten older. And so that's a natural part of being a human being. It's a natural part of being in a relationship to see and witness those changes. And so how can we support each other, love one another, and even kind of sometimes yoke each other up a little bit, like, hey, be mindful, be careful, and accept and love yourself, and don't go into a place where you're trying to modify, and change things all the time. So we hope that this has been of help to you. Please share the video. Again, join us at rocksolidrelationships.com. You can go there to sign up for the upcoming free training we have going on. The title of that training is, what is the title of the training?
Really, Joe? How to create a rock solid relationship without your partner's participation.
Yes, without the participation of your partner. Everybody say, what's that about? Peace. See you later. Bye-bye. But yeah, come on to rocksolidrelationships.com. Sign up, and we'll see you there. The next one is coming up on...
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all. YouTube, peace. Hit that X up there.